How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another day of casual money making. I'm sat here in my throne because I'm feeling good today. Got some nice weather out here in the background, as you can tell. Life is good. So we're gonna just jump in and get started. But first, if you haven't and you like what you are about to see, please consider hitting the subscribe button and liking the video. Thank you so much. Let's go make money. So I'm gonna be the first to admit that I probably screwed up a little bit here. So when I started this episode, I had right around 300 Slayer points, and I was like, you know what would be really cool for a video? Let's just do a whole bunch of corrupted creature tasks, because vital sparks are bae and it'll just increase our cash stack a whole bunch. Little did I freaking know that I was gonna run out of Slayer points just about immediately trying to skip through tasks. Yes, I did use Simona for most of these, but then unfortunately I ran out and was forced to do a Dust Devils task, and that was actually probably the worst thing I've ever done. So I'm just gonna do regular Slayer from now on and skip the tasks that I think are actually bad instead of just hunting a specific one. Another Soul Devourers task to go do. God, I love these so much. And I figured since I'm gonna be doing an absolute ton of Slayer, I am going to go ahead and just buy like 50 Vital Spark drop enhancers, since I'm going to be doing this task over and over and over and over and over and over. One more thing I want to add real quick is I do have my treasure chest filled up and I have all of the vital sparks taken out of it. So basically what this does is there is now a 20% chance when something hits the floor that it will double. And since vital sparks are realistically the only thing from the creatures that I kill in here that can drop to the floor, there's a 20% chance that I will get double the amount of vital sparks that I normally would. So basically you leave your chest set to auto collect, but when anything hits the ground, the 20% drop automatically applies, if that makes sense. Shout out to my stream for telling me that. I had no idea that that was actually a thing. I'm still waiting for it to drop me 6 vital sparks instead of the normal 3, but can't always be lucky, I guess. Oh baby, give me all those keys. And another one. Dude, it just rains keys down here for me these days. It's fantastic. I love these little guys so very much. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Look at that. Oh, money. Money, 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 money. That was a Mr. Krabs impersonation, by the way. It was really bad. I'm sorry. Well, there's our first 3 vital sparks. Shame they didn't double, but I'm starting to wonder if this is true or not. I just got the attack pet. Okay, thanks. That's 4.5 mil and an attack pet in one task. Oh, yeah. Corrupted creatures? That's a tough call. I think I'll have to do it. Look at how cool that looks. I'm gonna use that as my override from now on. Well, that seems nice and efficient. Don't be this guy. In reality, though, they're probably bots. 42 years later, I was able to find a free world. Hey, the vital sparks actually doubled. It works. Well, that's good to know. Nice. Torva Full Helm. Oh, right on. We'll see if that sells for what it says it does, but 32.6 mil next hour.
Not bad.
That works for me.
Yeah. Same. Pleasure doing business.
Yeah, you too. All right, you guys ready to see a shadow die? There it is. Look at that. Told you. All right, so we're going to take a hard right turn from all the Slayer and the next content, and I want to tell you a little story about how I made, like, probably the easiest 15 to 20 mil. So everybody at this point has probably heard about the Bacriminal Bolt thing, where you can just infinitely farm Bacriminal Bolts from one tree if you have, like, maxed perks and everything like that, and you boost your woodcutting level to, I think it's like 110. My crew has a video about it if you want to go check that out. So I was like, oh, cool, I'll stock up on Ruby Bacriminal Bolts and all the Bacriminal Bolts I need since I heard that they were crashing. Well, it turns out that the normal Bacriminal Bolts are actually really the only thing that crashed. So then I was like, huh, that's super weird. So I checked the prices of normal Ruby Bacriminal Bolts enchanted, and they were still at like 3,700 GP. So then I came to realize that I can make about 1,800 GP per bolt if I bought regular Bacriminal Bolts from people, put the ruby tips on them myself, and then enchanted all of them. Now granted, this process did end up taking about 2 hours, so like probably not the most efficient use of my time, but I did want to highlight it here because it's very interesting, and I think it's kind of something that I want people to know, is that when you notice there's a discrepancy in price on things, usually there's a money-making opportunity behind it. Now to do this, I ended up, I think, making something like 6,500 of these bolts. I ended up using them at Portable Fletchers. I don't know the exact exact profit, but in total, I would say it made me right around 20 mil because I feel about 20 mil richer than I did yesterday. But I'm just approximating. The actual values are kind of higher and lower since these bolts bought for different prices depending on who bought them for me. So yeah, it was just this weird little niche moneymaker thing that probably still doesn't work, but I wanted to highlight it here because it's an important lesson that if you don't have a whole lot of money to work with and you're looking for these kinds of discrepancies that other people aren't seeing right away, jump on them and start to capitalize, because realistically I had nothing to lose here. I was keeping up on the prices of the ruby bolts. I chucked them in at what they were selling for before I went to bed and they were good to go. I want to clarify something that I said in one of my previous videos about double experience weekend. So last year we had a double experience weekend in January and then we had one the following April. So this year we had it on February, so I'm speculating that it's probably going to be in May. Now this is not confirmed, so just take everything I say with a grain of salt here, but during a recent live stream they also said that another double XP weekend was on the horizon, which leads me to what I'm actually going to be doing with my cash stack before I buy my offhand Ascension upgrade. Is I'm going to be trying to invest heavily into double experience weekend with all of my available cash. So if we take a look on screen here, this right here is the graph for chaos runes. Now if we go to February 27th, which if you can see on screen here, it kind of sits in the middle of the double experience weekend. The last one we had went from the 19th of February to March 1st. Chaos runes peaked at right around 218 GP. These are used to make vulnerability bombs, which are probably one of the best methods you can use to train high-level herblord. So I just wanted to give you a quick note that this is what I'm going to be doing with my cash. I'm going to be investing heavily into double experience weekend and putting off the upgrade. Now I understand that that'll leave about a month and a half of filling in the blanks, but we're just going to try to make as much money as we possibly can, and I'm super excited about it, and I hope you are too. And if you want to get in on this investment, now's a great time. I'm not trying to manipulate the price of chaos runes. They're super heavily traded, so that's why I decided to showcase this one. Any other one I will do my best to conceal. I've also made the executive decision that I am not going to sell my loot tab until double XP is announced, or maybe we're into it. I'm not 100% sure. For two reasons. One, I love looking at this thing. It's absolutely one of the prettiest loot tabs I have ever had, and I'll be really sad when I sell it. Number two is the prices on just about all of these will go up when it's announced, so there's really no harm in me keeping it for now, as I stand to make a lot more money. So other than that, yeah, we've done some Slayer this episode. I am currently sitting at level 107. I did manage to get a level, I think it was last episode, and we've kind of just been plugging away at that. Believe it or not, in this tiny episode we did manage to make money, but unfortunately our casual day of money making is coming to an end. So yeah, let me know what you think down below. Are you guys going to be investing into this double experience weekend? I'd be really curious to hear your thoughts. I'm going to try to not ruin anybody's methods or anything. I'll be super careful about what I show up here on screen. Sorry if you're investing in chaos runes, but I've got a stake in it as well, so I guess we'll find out. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode and got something useful out of it. Once again, if you liked what you saw, please subscribe down below. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.